Hello, welcome back. This is Miniature Mike, and if you've seen my non-unique Jedi video, I'm going to be doing some squads based on that type of video. I'm going to do this a little different instead of just making them in real time. I figure it'd be easier just to kind of put them together, then I can kind of talk through them and just kind of get rid of all that extra like wasted time fiddling around. So hopefully you guys like this. Again, if you haven't checked out that video, please go back and watch it. It's a really long one, so I don't blame you if you break it up in chunks or speed it up. But definitely was a lot of fun putting it together with all 37 non-unique Force users. So let's jump into this. So the first squad I want to do is Battlemaster Supreme. So the cool thing with this squad is the Jedi Battlemasters are like so good for their costs, and I want to figure out like what's a great way that I can kind of take advantage of them and really make them great. So I figured the way to do that was to use 3 of them. So in this particular case, I got 3 Jedi Battlemasters right here. As you remember, they have great stats, can do a lot of stuff. They have 4 Force points, and they even have Assault right here, which can be really, really nice if you have mobile attack. And speaking of mobile attack, I added the Jedi Instructor. Jedi Instructor right here can give them mobile attack, so they can like move, hit and run, and so forth. So I think that's going to be really helpful. It's going to make them pretty deadly, especially since they have kind of force powers to go around that. I have Jedi Healer in here. The reason I put the Healer in here specifically was because that's a lot of HP. 110 HP is quite a lot in each one, and that together that's 320. So I think there's going to be ample opportunity for the Jedi Healer to step in and use Heal 30 to really help out quite a lot here. So definitely going to mix him in. Add the Weak Way Leader. This is kind of like a more out-of-the-box edition, basically. I'll get to them in a second, but I have all these mouse droids to help with the commander effects for commander effect for Instructor, so you can give the mobile attack, and then the commander effect for the Weak Way is non-unique followers gain Mighty Swing. And so the whole point of putting this in here specifically is so that when these guys are in opportunities for like dueling, using double attack, and so forth, they already have good stats. So now that they have that opportunity, they can hit with 30 damage instead of 20. And I think that's going to make him even more scary to deal with, basically. So, Weak Way Leader, kind of crapped upon character. Like, they don't have a great rating in Bloomilk, and I understand why. But I think they could be really, really nice here, especially with helping give, plus 10 damage to a character who's pretty much already going to be, doing melee attacks anyway. So, definitely like that. And then Eggnog Demolitionist, just throw them in there to blow some doors up, as usual. And then lots of mouse droids for kind of act as fodder, act as extra activations, and then definitely help out with just kind of distributing all these commander effects. So I think this is a pretty fun squad. Definitely want to try it out sometime. But I do think the Jedi Battlemasters here are pretty scary because they'll hit harder, have better mobility, and then with the Weak Way, with the Jedi Healer, they'll be able to regenerate because 30 HP is pretty good, that's for sure. So there's this one is my Jedi Battlemaster Supreme. The next one I want to go through real quick is the 150 Youngling Flood. And people have made squads about this before. This is just my take on it. So with this one, the key, I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Younglings. So I don't think there was enough Younglings to go around there. And then I'm going to mix a lot of commander effects with them. So I'm going to do General Skywalker for 1. So they gain momentum, so they can run up, hit harder, have better attack, and then Jedi Trainer, so that he can give him +4 attack. So after all said and done, finally Mon Mothma. Mon Mothma's not used too much. I thought this would be a fun case to use her. So Mon Mothma here gives +10 damage. So to all these characters, basically, when they die, the younglings, they get a free attack of +10 damage when they're defeated. So this could be really fun and annoying, especially for melee squads. If you're trying to kill these younglings and they're just attacking you back, that's really frustrating. And then plus, if you get lucky, she can bring in some more younglings as well. So finally with the younglings, what you're looking at here is you're looking at essentially 10 attack, and then when they rush, they'll get 30 damage, and then when they die, they'll have 6 attack and 30 damage as well, which is pretty fun. 6 attack's not great, but when you're having this much quantity, it could be pretty sweet. So overall, I think it's pretty fun. I thought about putting in the someone to give a mobile attack, but then I decided against it at the end of the day to have just more quantity here. I threw in a Ugnaught Demolitionist as usual, just to kind of fill up that extra gap. But overall, I think this is a pretty fun squad. Definitely going to be for a lot of rushing. Definitely a lot of rushing going on here. Momentum and so forth. Unfortunately, Qui-Gon Jinn Jedi Trainer doesn't really benefit from any commander effects, but definitely he will help out. And so, yeah, there we go. I think it's going to be sweet. Excuse me. Let's see, my final squad that I want to show off today is the Night Sister Nightmare. So I kind of went back and forth. I wanted to either use a lot of Night Sisters, but then I figured it'd be better to just have a couple of them that can really hit hard, and then to fill out with some fodder with the Felucians. So to go about doing this, I figured, okay, first of all, you need Emperor Palpatine on throne. Emperor Palpatine on throne, as you know, he's just got his crazy commander effect and force renewal, so he's going to be just generating all the force points. And then his commander effect allows it so that characters in your squad can use his force points, and that's any character. And so the reason this is very, very important is because the Night Sisters, they don't cost too much. They have decent stats, but they have Force Lightning too. So they can just go crazy with Force Lightning, just auto damage, nothing to worry about there. And then I decided to do some Felucians to kind of act as fodder, because they're really good fodder. But they have Force Blast. So Force Blast is range 6, 20 damage, 50-50 chance basically. Unless someone, finds ways to re-roll it. Which can be nice. Can be a nice way to get people to waste their force points. So the cool thing with him is it only costs 1 force, and you can just use those extra force points from Palpatine and just go bam, 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 just blast over and over again. And there's a lot of characters to use it with. There's 5. Plus they're pretty good when it comes to melee as well. Just because of the melee attack going on, the parry. So got 5 of those, 3 of those, a couple of got demolitionists for doors. I don't need mouse droids, even though they have high defense and they can run around. I'd rather have something that can do something on the squad. And then finally, Sovereign Protector, Imperial Sovereign Protector, lots of HP, gonna protect Palpatine. I know I have 4 cents, but it's not really that helpful on the squad, so there's no shooters. But this guy's still a total tank and a beast to deal with, and it can be really, really helpful just to kind of hang out with Palpatine while everyone's out and about. So I think that's kind of the plan here. So definitely limitations and no ranged at all going on. But when people get near you, you have a lot of auto damage, which can be really scary. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Those 3 squads I just put together. Again, if you haven't checked it out yet, go check out my non-unique Force user video. And definitely, if you guys want to, I'm going to link these in my description. So if you want to take a look at these later, feel free to go right ahead and use them. And definitely let me know how you would tweak them. There's definitely so many options out there. So this is kind of the ones I decided to go with. But anyways, I'll leave it there, guys. And thanks for joining me. And until next time, have a good one.